Mito Red Lights has just released new next generation therapy panels, Mito Pro X. And if I was on the market for a new red light therapy panel, I would definitely consider 2 out of 4 panels they have in this series. So if you're interested to know which panel would I consider buying, please stay with me. If I was just starting with red light therapy and I've never done it before, I would definitely consider buying the cheapest option, Mito Pro 300X, because that panel is relatively affordable and it offers a lot for the price, and what is more important for me, I could actually try to use red light therapy at home and see if it gives me the benefits I want, and this will allow me to check if I'm happy with doing red light therapy, my family is happy, everybody at home could try it and test it and see if it works for them as well or not. And then when I see the benefits, then I would consider investing more money for some larger setup or bigger panels. So Mito Pro X 300 would be the choice for me if I was just starting red light therapy. Although this panel is small, it meets all my expectations for this kind of panel, because I would be able to do red light therapy for my face and shoulders, to do light therapy for my skin benefits. Also, I could use this therapy panel to do some light therapy for my hair, for instance, or doing some specific targeted treatment for my knees or other areas of my body that would benefit from red light therapy. Because now this panel is small, but at the same time we can use it to do light therapy on the table, on the beauty desk. We can hang it on like this panel on the door if we prefer. We can also use it in bed if we have somebody who is not able, for instance, to sit down and do light therapy session this way. We're talking about perhaps elderly parents, elderly people who are bedbound, for instance. They have some skin problems, and doing light therapy for these areas, in my opinion, would help with speeding up the healing process and preventing maybe from some serious issues with skin in the future. And of course, remember, this video is not a substitute for any kind of medical advice, so if you have any health problems, always consult the relevant specialist. So this is why I would choose the smallest panel, Mito Pro 300X, if I was to start red light therapy at home, if I was just a beginner, I've never done it before. Now, since I already been doing red light therapy for many years, and I'm quite convinced that it works and it gives me benefits that I expect, my position is that I want my whole body to benefit from red light therapy, not just a small part of it. So of course, if I was just planning to do red light therapy mostly for my face, I would stick to the small light, because it's less expensive and takes less space, and I can easily put it on my desk, or my wife can use it on her beauty desk, and that's probably the best choice. But when I want to do light therapy for my whole body, to give me a boost of energy, to help me improve my muscle performance, and generally, help me feel more energetic and better, then I would definitely prefer to use large panel, and the larger the better. And here we've got 2 problems. First problem is, of course, the budget. Can we afford a large panel? And assuming that we can afford the large panel, then the other question is, where are we going to put it? Because no large panel, it takes some space on our wall. I don't think we would benefit from hanging it on the door, because large panels are very heavy and very big. So this panel is 36 inches long. It used to be called full body panel, but now we have much larger panels for full body treatment. So this I just call a large panel. And having this panel on the door is already quite tricky to open the door because it's heavy. So imagine if you had a much bigger panel, I don't think it will work at all, and it may actually do something with your hinges on the door, because large panels are really big and heavy. I think the best option for using large panels is either mounting them on the wall if we have one specific corner in our room to do it. That's probably the best idea. The other option, if we have space, is of course to get a mobile rack stand where we can mount them vertically to do light therapy when we stand up, or even horizontally if we prefer to do it lying down in bed, or perhaps we have an elderly parent who would benefit from doing light therapy on bed because they basically cannot stand for 10 minutes and do light therapy in front of the panel like this. So for this purpose, I would choose the biggest panel I can afford, and in this particular series there is a really large panel which is called Mega X, 64 inches tall and 17 inches wide. And I think this is ideal for my body and my wife's body. 70 inches is just a perfect size for our body, and we don't need to have any larger panels or larger setups of panels. There are panels who are 20 inches wide, or you can get like a setup of 2 panels next to each other. Like for instance, if I wanted to use 2 panels like this, they will give me about 20 inches wide setup. But if I can choose just one panel which is 17 inches wide, that's enough for me, and I don't need any more panels at all. And all my body can benefit from light therapy session, not just my face, because when I stand in front of it, of course my face gets light, my shoulders, my neck, my tummy, my legs and other areas, and when I turn around, both sides of my body will get benefits. Another benefit of having a large light is that we can speed up the therapy process. So large panels allows us to do full body therapy within, let's say, 10 minutes or 15 minutes. We can do half of the session in front, then turn around and do half of the session for the back, and all our body is covered. While if we have a small panel like this one, for instance, or even smaller, then we have to do one session for one part of the body, then move it down, another session, then turn around. So we multiply the time of the session several times, and if we are very busy people, or we have, for instance, a lot of small children running around and not so much time for ourselves, that every minute counts. And if we can do therapy session for 10 minutes, we will do, but for instance, a session longer, like 20 minutes, half an hour, maybe not really easily available every day for us. So from this point of view, having a large panel, the largest panel possibly we can afford, is a better choice. And I know that that large panel is like twice as more expensive as the longer panel they have in that series, which is called 1500X. But I feel like I would rather save some money to buy the largest panel I can than just to have a smaller panel and then move the light up and down. It's just, for me, I feel like it works better when I have a large panel, of course, providing that I have space to do it. In my current room here, I wouldn't be able to fit the large panel. That's why I still have a small panel like this, because just the space doesn't allow me to have either a mobile rack stand or fix it on the wall in one place, because it's not really feasible in this arrangement of my bedroom. So as I mentioned, there are 4 different panels from this series, but I would only consider the smallest one if I was starting, and I would consider the larger one now, of course, if my budget allows and I had a space for this light in my bedroom. I wouldn't really consider the panel 750X because it's like a middle-sized panel, which is not big enough for full body and too large for setting it on my wife's beauty desk, and anyway, it doesn't have a table stand, while the smaller panels have a free table stand, which is a bonus. The only time I would consider getting 750X lights if I was thinking about getting multi-panel setups, like for instance having 2 panels, one on top the other, or 4 panels. Then Mito offers this option that have a 2 large panel 1500 and then 2 small panels 750. So that's the only time when I would consider getting this panel. And of course, if you think that in the future you would like to have dual panel setup, yes, you can go for 750 as your first light, test it if it works for you, and then if you are happy, then buy the second larger panel to create like a full body setup for you. From my perspective right now, having used red light therapy for so many years, I would definitely prefer to have as large panel as I can afford and I can fit in my bedroom. I hope this information will help you make the right choice and the right decision. Remember that Mito offers 60-day trial period, so you can get their lights, test it, see if it works for you or not. If it works, then great, keep it and use it for many years of enjoyable red light therapy at home. But if it doesn't, because nothing works for everyone, perhaps you would benefit from different size light, then you can return the light and get something different, which better suits your therapeutic needs. I think it's a very fair deal from them. If you like this video, please give it a thumb up, I really appreciate it. Share with your friends who would also benefit from watching it. Check out my website for more information about red light therapy, lights I use and recommend, and more discount codes. If you are new here, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.